In late 2014, we discovered and obtained the rights to a silent video recorded just days after the July 1939 flash flood in Rowan County.
Now, we don't know for sure who recorded it or if it was ever even publicly shown, but we do know it is authentic. WYMT's Eric Ekstrom continues his series Washed Away about the days and months that followed Kentucky's largest flash flood.
Now, in the early 20th century, Kentucky's General Assembly didn't meet every year like it does today. As it happens, 1939 was one of those off years. An emergency session could have been called in response to the flood, but none ever was. Tonight we visit the days of the aftermath following the flood, along with file video many experts told us didn't exist.
This poem was written by Versi Ham. He was a local minister. I knew him personally. To the beautiful town of Moorhead in the old Kentucky state, on the fourth night of July 39, there came a terrible fate.
Where does one go in the wake of tragedy without precedent, without explanation? Soaked in fear, surrounded by death, families across the mountains suddenly found themselves facing a world unrecognizable to the one they had just said goodnight to just hours beforehand.
The mud was all over the streets and every place. Roofs were blown off some of the buildings. It looked like a war zone almost.
The rain had stopped, but survivors say unreceded floodwater was still flowing through valleys and towns. In Breathitt County, a large section of the Van Cleve Mission School, known as the White Elephant, was seen floating downriver like a leaf.
Mom and Dad had been to Jackson the day before, and she said, "That's the White Elephant." It was floating down the river, and I went on down the river. Well, that water was going so fast, it was just,
Newspapers at the time reported statewide property damages nearing $100 million by today's standards. But the true cost of the evening was beyond the measure of money to quantify.
We did have an aunt, and the mother and the two daughters were drowned in the flood.
They found bodies in houses that were crushed completely. They found bodies in trees. They found a body in a car. They found bodies in various stages of decomposition.
Those various states of decomposition made identification and burial a challenge. Flesh, sometimes too rotten and bloated to fingerprint. Resources, too scarce to handle those recovered in dignified fashion.
You couldn't walk out on the front porch. It was the awfulest odor that ever was.
There was one funeral home here that was taking the bodies that they would bring in and just putting them out in the yard. Nothing on top, no covering or anything on them.
Waterborne illness was a concern as well. Some survivors say health workers went door to door, offering typhoid vaccinations and medical services.
After a flood, there's so much contamination that people come down with fevers and so forth, so they went about the community and everybody, especially the children, were vaccinated.
Officials with the Civilian Conservation Corps and the American Red Cross assisted with labor, food, and supplies. But many survivors say outside relief was limited. True healing, they say, began by neighbor helping neighbor.
The people took care of their own. That's the only way they got it. They had to take care of their own, and if one person had more damage than others, the neighbors helped.
Food and shelter was shared. Supplies were donated into community stockpiles.
It was not an easy job, but they determined that they were going to keep their family intact, and they did.
I asked survivors if they ever thought to relocate in the months following the flood. The answer almost across the board was never. Appalachia, they said, was still their home.
Tomorrow we will wrap up our series by talking to survivors about the fears and questions they still have about the flood of '39. We will also ask experts if a flood of this scale could happen today.